Check, check, 1, 2. Hello, everyone. Are we live? I believe we are live. How's everyone doing today? Feels like it's been a whole day since I last saw y'all. This man is always falling downstairs. It is my brand. I snuck a few extra photos into the slideshow for today. I don't know if you guys have seen all of them yet. And also, this music isn't from Final Fantasy XIV. What's going on? Who knows? Not me. I edited this one very quickly. The Carl. Right before stream. It's from Bravely Default. It's Ring-a-Bell's battle theme. Listen to that accordion. That's how you know he's a fancy lad. Alright, so today we're gonna be hitting Alamigo. Little Alamigo. Not Alamigo proper. Alright, let me just get this turned down a little here. Alright. So then, without further ado, let's get this show on the road. Huh. Let me just swap over to 14 real quick. Get the audio going. Alright, alright, alright. Alright. Wait, where am I? My God. There I am. It's fine, everybody, it's fine. Okay, so here we are. In Little Alamigo, a place famed for its standing water and outstanding squalor. Look at this guy just waiting around. So it was mentioned, I think a couple streams ago. Yes, imagine the biting insects out here. But the structure that Little Alamigo is housed in, this sort of like 3 square, almost like cave systems, is a cut and paste asset from 1.0. There used to be tons of these all over Thanalan. And a bunch of them, if I remember right, used to be connected underground through a little cave over on this side. Yeah, this, where they put the door. This used to lead underground into a tunnel. Tunnels full of goblins. Anyways. Let's get this show on the road. We're looking for Hihira. There she is. Why, yes, Hihibaru's my father. He said, what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that... Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with family matters. But I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man? I'm afraid that description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with Gundobald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Tons of gobbies. Tunnels full of gobbies. Still under there to this day, just trapped. He's not accommodating to outsiders. Why? Have people been accommodating to him? They haven't. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? Oh boy. We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Begone. Well, that was easy. Alright, time to go home. Just tell Minfilia we couldn't do it. They said no. that's the end of that. Time to call it quits. Or I guess we can talk to Giselbert here. Well met, adventurer. I'm Giselbert, head of security here at Little Alamigo. Heard that you had business with Gundabald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much as a word of thanks out of them despite watching the place day and night. Thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man when I can. And you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, might be as I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? I can't say that sounds familiar. But I have men on lookout for a Malja to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. I had a mind to take each a cup of sweet Thanalin tea, so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. Oh boy! Sweet Thanalin tea. We'll just ride up on these people in a Magitech armor. It's fine. Certainly not cause for concern. Alright, Osric. Who the hells are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Nice guys. Ew, it's piping hot. Yeah, we don't have what you're looking for, but what if we need your help with this bit? RPG? Trope? Why would you be giving people piping hot tea in this weather? Well, ain't that considerate. My thanks, friend. What's that, a mass villain? Hiding among the refugees, like as not. Me compatriots as live here go about as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. Well, alright. Further south. Past the monster hunter meet. You there. Are you an Amalja? No? Then carry on. He's doing good work. Ah, this sophisticated aroma. It's been forever since I had to drop a sweet Thanalin. I'm gonna enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark, scaly skin, stands 10 fulms tall, and has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a mummer's fart. Helpful. If this guy managed to see something when that guy didn't, oh boy. Shoo, shoo, don't bother me. If the Amalja overrun us, I'm blaming you. For me? You shouldn't have. Sorry, a suspicious masked man. As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, what with the mask and the robe, but assuming it was a he was talking with some Alamegans. I assumed he was one of them. Whoa. Sudden music. Not even a lead-in. You think this horse is, like, cool to ride? Like, this is some nice AC for me? I think I did remember to turn my cutscenes back on. I was popping in and out of the Bosian Southern Front, and I had to cancel the cutscene every time. I clicked through it! Ah, you're back. So did my lookouts have a lot to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigation, seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. So you're determined to press on with your investigation? Then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamegans' trust. And the best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coin does the talking in Olda, but the Alamegans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible, the common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. So just go liberate Alamigo, and they'll tell you what you need to know. Gundabald belongs to the Alamegan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. Psst, Ida! I really have to go all the way back. Didn't I get a link shell for this? Yeah. Alright. Alright. Out of the way. It's washoe time. I'm on a secret mission. Ignore me. I forgot about this mount. Despite the fact that they added a glorious golden version. Alright. This is definitely not a secret base. Don't mind all the noise. Alright, I don't think anyone noticed. In we go. Definitely worth it. That mount, absolutely worth it. That's a high quality reward right there. Welcome back, Darius. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all they have suffered, it is little wonder the Alamegan refugees have lost their faith in their fellow man. Well, they did go to Ul'dah, of all places. They have had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades, they have seen it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have a means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alamegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could be done to ease their hardships. I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens there is an Alamegan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Who could it be? Your Alamegan comrade is named Haribert. That H. That second H. He joined our cause in hopes that you might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards this endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Haribert is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. Just looking for him in a storage crate. Let's go. I don't remember Haribert, which is usually a bad sign. Not Arenvald. I was expecting Arenvald, but no. Arenvald is just a wee lad. Speaking of the wee lad, I'm to meet with the antecedents soon to discuss a matter of great import. Abba thinks it's about my first official mission. I suppose it'd be good if it was, yes? I mean, I'm not sure if I'm ready, but still. Enjoy those legs while you got them, man. Just saying. It isn't Darius Stormcrow, the Scion's rising star. Is there aught I can do for you? This guy looks trustworthy. You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Alamigo. That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamegan resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Alamigo. Yet, whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda, and she is a resident of Quarrymel. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. Ah, yes. Good times in the Shroud await. I was wondering about this part of the MSQ. That's true. That is very true. He never knew a free Alamigo. Alright. You want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Ha! Why the hell would I do that? Just give me one reason. Your buddy with the creepy sunglasses told me I was cool. Haribert sent you? That worthless whoreson, he abandons his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor? Simply incredible. I mean... Her I realized Haribert was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. See that bloke there? That's Meffred, captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. Meffred? Ah. These men. I'm Meffred, a proud man of the Alamegan Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Captain, it's Galleon, sir. His wound's gone infested and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. God damn it. I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, but they refused to lift a finger. If Galleon dies, his blood is on their hands. These quarry mill cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Albreda. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try. You're in the wrong place for help, my man. They don't help people. In Gridania, one does not simply help his fellow man here. One of Meffred's is in bad shape, you see. Or you say? I'm sorry, but there's naught I can do. I want to help, truly I do. They're my countrymen after all, but that'd mean going against the elemental's will. I've been at Quarry Mill long enough to know how right terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help you, it'd be Charlene, the Hamlet's resident hearer. If you take the matter to her, might be as she'll listen. Though I wouldn't get my hopes up. Why would we ever entrust our fate to elementals? You wish to aid the Alamegans. You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant your wish. The authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. All outsiders, be they babes at the breast or men grown, are judged of a night whether they may have a place beneath the boughs. Alas, the Alamegans' petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive of the wood's bounty. Ever has it been since time immemorial, and ever shall it be. Elementals say no. I guess you have to die. That's how it's to be then? The bloody hearer might as well kill Galleon herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. Yep, the wood sin. The elementals say to be racist. That's right. I led my men to Quarry Mill hoping to find refuge. Instead, we found indifference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out. And I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is, some of mine aren't fit to travel. Hells, Galleon can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I have no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy with poison-purging properties. If you could say, bring me 4 horns, I'd forever be in your debt. The elementals say never forget the Autumn War. Wink. Wink, wink, it's the elementals. Alright. Antelope stag. I mean, shouldn't I really only have to kill 2? I mean, really? Alright. And a bonus one. Just because I can. Alright. Angry bear. Ah, you're back. Tell me you've got the 4 horns with you. Boy, do I! You're a godsend, adventure. Praise Rolgar, there's at least one man in this place who gives a damn. Now we just need to find a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Buskaran, would you? Some comrades of mine told me about him once. Said he never turns away folk in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he's like to have the tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him and have them ground down. When that's done, bring the powder back and give it to Faramund here. Godspeed. Yep, he runs the bar. Just take the horns and toss them in the cocktail shaker. The rapid flapping of this thing's wings. Looks really weird on the video preview, where they are like barely moving. Ah, Darius, ever a sight for sore eyes. How fares the adventuring? Rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. You've got something to show me. Well, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make a medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. I am no stranger to the remedy. An Alamegan friend once used it to treat my festering wound years and years ago. Safe to say, he saved my life. What's that? This is for an Alamegan soldier in Corrymill? Heh, so it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod as he needs it. Oh, and don't worry your little head off about payment. I still owe you a deal more than you owe me, I reckon. Good. Because I wasn't going to pay you. Heh. Yep, off to rescue an Alamegan. On a griffin! Fitting. It's weird being above the trees here. Kinda neat though. It is well to see you returned. Have you the medicine for our brother? Yes. Medicine. Gods bless you, adventurer. I'll see that Galleon receives treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to rest easier. It has been a terrible burden on him, trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. And then the forest comes alive and eats all of them. Right? Right. Adventurer! Galleon has gone missing. He's nowhere to be found. He shouldn't be walking about, not with these wounds. If he doesn't get proper medicine and rest, his condition's like to deteriorate to where it was before, or worse. We need you to help us find him, and quickly. Start by asking Albreda. She might be the woman, or might be as the woman seen something. Might be as. There's a lot of that here. I should run Palace of the Dead 1 to 200 while I'm here, just as a side quest. Yeah, just solo Palace of the Dead real quick. Ah, finally. It's about time you came asking about Galleon. I watched him leave Corrymill some time ago, and he left me this sealed letter before he went off. Made me swear not to open it until someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear to be a burden any longer. That is why I must leave you all. Do not worry for me. Just find your way safely to Little Alamigo. Blast it, that I'd known what he was thinking. I'd have stopped this folly myself. The love Galleon bears for his brothers is so strong he's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the wood in this weakened state is suicide. He gonna get eaten by a tree. Out in the wilds, alone. That fool. That great big sentimental fool. Aw. My men and I will scour the wood for Galleon. Please help us find him before something terrible happens. Sure, I'll go find him right as something terrible happens. There are goblins! Goddamn goblins. Oh, there he is. Why, he's alive! Watch out! A goblin! You are safe now. This is comforting, right? Alright. Galleon! Captain, but why? You should all be on your way. What do you take us for? We're Alamegans, and Alamegans never forsake one another. Hardships be damned. Remember the oath we swore, gods damn it. The oath to reclaim our homeland. We'll set foot on Alamegan soil again. Together, or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good. Let us return to our brothers. Oh, and don't even think that you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing, you'll wish we didn't find you. Can't thank you enough for saving Galleon. I will see you back at Corrymill. I was almost flayed by a void death mouse. He was dangerously close to where the death mice call their home. I believe they're in here. Or am I misremembering? Nope. There it is. The Deep Void Death Mouse. Alright. I wish we could get more of the, like, hempen tops that everyone gets. Like, just unrace lock those, because everyone else has cool ones, and I want them. The male Midlander stuff's all really lame. Galleon's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here till he's strong enough to take the road again. As much as I like this place, beggars can't be choosers. Or as much as I mislike the place. Alright. Now things are relatively settled, I seem to recall that you wanted something of me. You've proven a true friend to my people. Ask of me anything and it's yours, so long as it's mine to give. The cooperation of the people of Little Alamigo. That's all. Far be it from me to question your desires, of course. Very well, I will provide you with a letter to show to Gundabald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the Resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I have no doubt that he will do all in his power to aid you. And away I go. Hey, come on. Doing this with a joystick. Refreshing water. Alright. And not so refreshing water underfoot. Yeah, thinking about it now, think of all the, like, biting flies that would be in that water. Ugh. Why have you returned? You are not welcome here. I thought I made that clear. But how about this? You spoke to Meffred. It's been long since I last heard from him. I had feared him dead. 12 be praised. Whoever you are, Meffred sees you as a friend, and any friend of Meffred is a friend of mine. I know of this masked stranger you seek, and I will tell you what I can. Well, that's easy. An outsider resembling your masked stranger has reportedly been appearing near Little Alamigo of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young bloods are meeting him in secret. No doubt you'll want to question them about their trysts, but they are not like to yield information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may well feel obligated to talk. Or obliged, I should say. A masked man? No idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be. Well, okay. What about you, lady with knife? Gundabald sent you? Listen, I told them it was a bad idea. All that tripe about believing the masked man and... oh, you don't know anything about this? Why didn't you say so to start with? You can't throw that old bear's name around like that and expect me to not think I'm in for it. Well, damn. Should have just let her talk, man. Nope, over here. Okay. Whoa, going really fast. So nothing up here, which means down here. What? Have I been meeting any masked men recently? Let's see. Nope, can't say I have, but I'll be sure to tell all my friends you're looking for them. There's a bunch been skulking about right suspicious like, but I've got nothing to do with them. I know trouble when I see it, and that there's trouble. Mark me words. You got that right, my dude. Alright. Ah, yes. The Bird of Bismarck. The one primal theme nobody talks about, and for good reason. Alright. So you have indeed confirmed my suspicions about a masked man. That is most troubling. Wherever the young ones are scheming, it can lead to no good end. There's an anger inside them. I can see it in their eyes. I ought to know, for it once burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, that same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled Alamigo. That's Theodoric? Yeah, I think. Now it would do but to depose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got our revolution all right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize that we had been dancing to the Empire's tune. By the time we did, it was too late. Alamigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time, though the young ones know this not. Unless we intervene, they are like to commit great folly. If you learn out of their plans, I would thank you to bring word to me. Alright, Hremfing. Hremfing has something to say. Hey, adventurer. You done talking with the old bear? I got a message for you from Wilrid. Lad's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you won over Gundabald and wants a word with you. Says he'll be waiting over at the craggy area here. You know, the good ambush spot. Let's go. Let's ride our Dalmel into battle. That's how you know we're serious. This nightmare beast. Yeah, it's kind of a weird battle track, the Bismarck theme. Not really my cup of tea. Alright, Wilrid. Cool haircut, man. Thanks for coming, friend. 'Tis no ordinary outsider who can gain the trust of the old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you, to discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping about? Did the Empire send you, or someone else? Curl got your tongue? No matter. Wherever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get him! Oh no. You done? I won't let you foil our plan. Oh, there we go. You're stronger than you look. This changes nothing. Threaten us, beat us bloody all you like. But nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it we'll reclaim our homeland. No, don't go. Alright. This mount doesn't mean anything. Don't worry about it. Every time I hear this music, I just want to say, "Behold, the sorcerer of Eld." Alright. Attacked by Wilrid and his cronies, they go to such lengths for the sake of this plan of theirs. Left to their own devices, the young fools are like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agenda and put an end to this madness. Scurry and scatter! Wilrid mentioned obtaining the power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Gundabald. Ugh, Bert Liana, God's preserve, what happened? I was out foraging when the Corpse Brigade came. They took me to their hideout and they... The whole while they laughed at me. They said that I suffer because I cling on to hope. Oof. Oof. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves Alamegans? Do not heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong, I swear to you. Those villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? This game gets dark in places. I specifically remember the Arcanist storyline being pretty dark. Wilrid, he saw me outside. He was so angry. Oh, he's gonna go beat him up. I must tend to Bert Liana. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. I fear they may do something rash. The Corpse Brigade, of course, being a reference to the organization of the same name from Final Fantasy Tactics. Oh, there's just someone around here, huh? Map of Zanrak. Although the Corpse Brigade in Final Fantasy Tactics was a bunch of soldiers who went and fought in a war and then came home and were not paid by the nobility for fighting in the war. Yeah, of course the rogues also brushed on it. That whole storyline. I believe one of the Arcanists in the quest was basically as a kid, I think, captured by some pirates. And they did horrible things, and then she has to confront the guy who basically orchestrated the whole thing at some point. He dies, like, real bad. Yeah. A sex slave trader that the child Arcanist was a victim of. It's rough! Limsa Laminsa gets dark. Okay, what those animals did to Bertliana is unforgivable, and to think they look down on us. Well, I'll suffer this humiliation no more. I'm with Wilrid to the bitter end. I'm not afraid of a few lizards. Oh boy. But what are they going to do? I'll leave Wilrid for the last. Oh yeah, more siren stuff. Yeah, the sanguine sirens. Who hang out at the missing member. If this plan succeeds, we'll have the power to lay the Empire low, to change the world for the better. Might be as Gundabald's content to eke out an existence in this musty old cave, but I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Now where in the seven hells did I put that bloody map? You mean the map I've got? Alright, Wilrid, what do you got? Oh, mighty Relger, Lord of Destruction, we implore you, lend us your strength to put an end to the suffering of your people. That doesn't sound good. Here to interfere again? Well, you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. Once we have the crystals, our enemies will pay for their crimes, and no one will dare oppress us ever again. It's probably fine. They're just collecting crystals and praying fervently to their god for revenge. That's the cave tunnel that I was talking about before. This here. That's the tunnel. Full of gerblins. One of the holiday events, the group just Slav squats around a cake. It's a good way to eat a cake. Their god is already busy in the shroud. No come help, yep. He leaves them on red. And that's it. Currently busy protecting cabbages. Unlike, he vague tweets about it later. Gone, the whole lot of them, and it's as I feared. They mean to take matters into their own hands. But what exactly is it that they mean to do? They're gonna steal crystals and summon Ralger. What's this? A hunting knife and a map of Zanrak? Wait, you said Wilrid spoke of crystals, did you not? They couldn't possibly mean to. By the gods, this is rank madness. The young fools are untrained and unblooded all. They have no notion of how dangerous the Amalja are. They'll be butchered before they get within 100 yalms of the crystals. They're headed east. If we hurry, we may yet find them before it's too late. Well, alright. Time to go rescue some dumb kids. Fitting. But also kind of inappropriate. The fate that awaits these youngsters. Come riding in on a flaming horse. Let's go. Wilrid, did no others survive? This is all wrong. Getting the crystals was supposed to be the start. We were supposed to reclaim our homeland. We... Pull yourself together, lad. We were going to make an offering of crystals to Rhalgr, to summon him, just like the masked man taught us. We plotted to sneak into Zanrak and make off with the lizard man's cash, but they caught us and so many dead. Gods forgive me. Heathens, you shall pay for your crimes with your souls. Uh-oh. I regret our young ones' transgressions, but a soul is too high a price for youthful folly. For all their failings, they are the hope of the Alamegan people. This hope I will guard with my life. It's fine. I'm looking for a rematch anyways. No problem. Or maybe slight problem. Getting all of them? Yes. Very good. Years and years of being a warrior main has given me the ability to aim over power. Let's go. Once upon a time, Overpower used to have a cast bar. It was awful. Sometimes you just need to run and swing your axe with reckless abandon. Kind of missed the big wind-up. I get that. They could have kept that animation. We don't need the cast bar, though. But the fact that it comes out faster ain't bad. Your skill at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youths could learn much from a man like you. The battle is won, but it would be unwise to linger here. Let us return to the Little Alamigo. Wait, we've come all this way. We have to get the crystals. They're right there, right for the picking. Have you learned nothing, Wilrid? Did you not see those tempered wretches? Such is the fate of those who are touched by a god. Is that what you desire for yourself and your friends? What? No one said anything about that. The masked man told us we could defeat the Empire if we summoned Rhalgr. He swore. Yes, the Empire that made its whole military based on the idea of killing primals. Yes, that Empire. Enough. Now we'll hear the rest of the story back in Little Alamigo. I dare say Darius will wish to hear it as well. My ship sails in the morning. Yeah. Hooray, we killed them all. Everyone's dead, everybody. Woohoo! It's true, they're not very good at it. Considering I think we've only ever seen them fight one primal, and the legatus who fought that primal wound up dying. Wash away for death. No more lies, Wilrid. Tell us everything. I was outside with the others when he appeared, the masked stranger. He told us about summoning Rhalgr, about using crystals, and then just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperately to believe that we could raise ourselves from this squalor that I never stopped to question his motives. But I should have known. There's no solution. Nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. Listen to me, Wilrid. Our home may be lost to us, but it takes more than stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Alamigo lives on within us all. It is for you to decide what to make of this legacy, but whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe it to this adventurer, an outsider. I won't, I promise. Thank you for saving me, and sorry I tried to kill you. I mean, you didn't try very hard. My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are such kind souls, or kind souls such as you out there. Little Alamigo may not have much in the way of comfort, but you will always be welcome here. Oh boy. Well, that's that put away. Would that we had more information to offer, but what Wilrid told you is the extent of our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray that you'll find and put a swift end to the creature, for the sake of the young ones who died by his poisoned words. I mean, I'll do my best. As we all know. Lahabred dies hard. Here we go. Appropriate theme. Just after that serious thing. Alright. That went a lot faster than I was expecting. We might be able to get to Titan today, if we really hustle. Really hustle! Maybe. Hey look, it's Thancred. Ah, Darius, pray not concern yourself with my welfare. My current investigation has yielded some curious results. And at present, I am pondering how best to proceed. I'm sure you are. Goddamn traitor. Definitely gonna be a spooky mansion today. Welcome back, Darius. I am reliably informed that the investigation took you to Quarry Mill and Little Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn out of Lahabred? Yeah, he's a jerk. Planted the knowledge of summoning in impressionable young minds, you say. Precisely the kind of deception the Asians would employ. While many of the ills that ail the land can be attributed to the calamity, some are being brought about by a malign will. You mean like how the calamity was brought about by a malign will? Because, I mean, that's a thing. We must needs delve deeper into this, while things remain quiet on the primal front. All work and no play makes Minfilia a dull scion. Did you say something? Nothing, my lady. Get out of here. Ahem. Mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. Alright, we will rest for approximately 2 seconds. 1, 2. Alright, hope you had a good rest. While you were tending business in Thanalan, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the Sylphs. An individual fitting Lahabre's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. This sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the selfsame area. My instinct tells me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up Lahabre's trail once more. Noraxia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her, and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Darius. Don't tell me how to be. I feel like being reckless and foolhardy. I didn't get to where I am today by being careful. Hey, it's Bremont. It's one of the triplets. Excuse me, lad, this might sound strange, but you haven't by chance seen a fellow what looks exactly like me. I'm looking for my twin brothers, see, and I heard they might have come through here. They could be dead for all I know. At least it feels like I've been chasing ghosts for an eternity now. How mysterious. Look at these. What? They're like twins. Greetings, Scion. I come on behalf of the students of Baldesian. You may address me as Clive. Is there some reason you're still here? Please, carry on. I'm not here to see you. Man, fuck you. I don't care if you've got a cool eye patch. That's just rude. Walking One is to investigate Sinister One. Then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with a Walking One in Ash Crown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a Digging One named Medrod had an encounter with a scary masked one. This masked one is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One Medrod. Digging One is to be found at Fallgord Float in the North Shroud. Well, okay. Clive. I bet he doesn't even need to wear that eye patch. That's what I think. To the Fallgord Float. Away we go. I always kind of liked this place. It's neat, right on the river. In a big tree stump. Alright. Time to go feed a guy some lentils and chestnuts. Take a shot every time a sylph says one. I don't want to die. Lentils and chestnuts. Please leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. 'Tis only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. Medrod is clearly traumatized. Perhaps if you were to soothe him, he might remain calm long enough to hold a conversation. Alright. Take it easy there, bud. Is he just gonna talk? Do I not have to buy him lentils and chestnuts? You're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but it hardly seems I'm gonna suffer the same fate. Next to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance, a masked man garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman, one glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul for his realm. Sure. What? You're investigating the same masked man? That's right, I'm here to chop him up. In that case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Aye, anything to ensure we won't have to suffer Medrod's hysteria ever again. Good friends. Alright, teamwork! That's what I wanted to... Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do to repay him for comforting me. I guess I didn't have to feed him his mom's home cooking. Well, alright. Ideen has a proposal to make concerning your investigation. Here's what I know about the details. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Z's could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt the answer is that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths? Like face fragments in their teeth? What am I supposed to be looking for? Yep, just go kill them. Just go. Go murder. That's how we solve all our problems around these parts. Ooh, hunt mob. He's a big bear. Alright. Chop. Make lizard noise. Chop. I'm just gonna cash out this. Alright. That way we don't have the wild glowing effect. Oh no, it's another game. The amount of work we had to put in to get these Rathalos mounts was almost not worth it. You've already seen the disease. Good work, adventurer. So were you able to find out to suggest that the creatures are our culprits? No. I found that they're devastatingly weak to axes to the brain. Nothing? Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it would look like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Z's from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. Shouldn't that have been our first place? There's something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I'd better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some as whisper that, after each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rocks southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. This bears investigating, I reckon. I'm gonna give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll just have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments and I'll give them a gander. Well, okay. Flashing and moaning. Is that when Rathalos came out? I just... remember a very, very, very long stretch of just working to fight it with absolutely nothing dropping. Although that's also where I learned that Dark Knight is extremely good in that fight, since he can just take your own living dead off. Oh, a golem fragment. It's a fate. Never mind. I'm going down here. Where is it? There it is. All right. Take this. Humming crystals. Lightning aspected crystals. It's just a lightning aspected crystal. That's all the flashing and moaning. Alright. Yeah, I still have to finish Eureka. I got to Hydatos and then just kind of stopped. We had to do way too much, Rathalos. Way too much. Man, I don't even like fighting Rathalos in Monster Hunter. And there's a lot more CC options available there. Alright, Ideen. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 yalms of the Rock of Rancor. Aye, it has a name. What's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, huh? It's just a lightning shard thing. Huh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. It's a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with a masked stranger. Looks like you've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh well. Hey, it was your idea, lady. Alright, your turn. There's something you should know. I've been keeping this to myself lest I worsen Medrod's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely at the same time as Medrod's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. Okay, giant eyeball. Oop. Over here. The rocky area west of here. You know, that's pretty vague considering just the general landscape. And the entire area west of there is rocky. Yep. Let's have a look-see. Oh no. Bugs. Nothing. It's the Great Serpent. He's scree through the air. Alright. A monstrous bane might appeared and you slew it? That creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of Falgord. Intentional or no, you've done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Oh, these guys are so helpful! So helpful, the lot of them. Can't believe this man could kill that accursed giant buggo. I know! It's amazing, right? It's not like I've killed any other giant buggos throughout the course of this story. There have been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I'd been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt it was a winged eyeball that I had witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken such a distinct creature for a bane mite. But you and I were moms apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? There was more than one. What's more, our adventurer friend had a run-in with the bane mite at the very spot you claimed to see that fiendish eyeball. Isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Ooh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be. Gods, of course, there must be more than one of the buggers. Oh, it's so obvious, but then that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered. Oh boy. Gulp. You'd think a dead body probably wouldn't last very long in the shroud. Something would come take it. I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventure. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I burn to know the truth, there are some things best left unknown. Lest you've forgotten, it was at the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you'll want to alert the authorities. There's a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. Cool. They're just backing right out after making me run around. Why didn't I just go to the serpents right away? How dare these regular civilians chicken out of this investigation with flying death eyeballs. I take the flying eyeball thing very personally. This is an insult meant specifically for me. A mangled corpse. Delightful. Oh no. She's wearing a mask. See that? She is wearing a mask. I'm assuming it's because they didn't want the mangling to just not be there, so they put a mask on her. Simulated mangling. Great adventurer. Ugh. Is there aught I might assist you with? This body, this poor soul, has been defied in more ways than one. Ugh. Unpleasant. Gods be good. Not again. Off the screen with you, mouse. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the central shroud, while the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end, none can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them, so as to notify their next of... This button engraved with a lily motif. It's the very same object we found upon another victim, a family sigil, or that of an organization, perhaps? Either way, I dare hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. One might hope. Alright. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mion. Perhaps someone with her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. Well, sure. Frog machine, go. It's really purple out here. What's up with that? Okay. It's also really purple here. Is it just really purple? It's like a purple time of day. Who knows? Not me. Remember in FF11, the moon used to change color based on the day of the week. That was a thing. Does not happen here. It's the woolly hour. Time to play fighting games. Specifically characters with manual defensive options. Let's go. If you got a parry, get out there. We get the stars or different planets. I know we have like color-coded stars based on directions. I think. I know they're like some really like obviously colored stars. Good morrow to you, Darius. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and a herb tea. Well, hold on now. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I don't recognize this lily sigil. You'd have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette over by the Aetherite Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Well, sure thing. I didn't know he was a boss character. I just know all the combos. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then. Show me what you have. Check it out. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old. Though I cannot claim to know its sigil, however, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there is a soul in Gridania who does, it would be Sanguld? Or Sanguled? Sanguld? Whatever. Over at the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a forename basis. Wooly would play FF14 if he could play as Emmett Selk. Oh, man. Just make everyone scurry and scatter. To the Lancers Guild. Her name is Sengold. She's being singled out. Bernadette believes that I can help you? Well, that is a rather bold assumption to make. We'll try to assist, never you fear. But whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Look at this button! Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's ward, northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late, there has been a man who is perpetually seated by the bench at the ward's entrance. His name is Ursendel, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. Well, alright. We are off to the unused entrance of the, I guess, planned housing ward for Gridania. Back when, like, Mog housing style, like, I think accommodations were being considered. Or at least that's how it was in 1.0. And the entrance is still here. Believe it or not. Alright, we're gonna be with you in a moment, sir. But yeah, right beyond here. So that was gonna be, I think, the housing ward. And I guess maybe those were the planned Gridanian private homes. Those little, like, buildings. That'd be kind of nice. They look about the size of, like, a private room. The district beyond is home to distinguished Gridanians. Commoners may not enter. That includes you, adventurer. Go back whence you came, or I'll be forced to remind you of your place. God, just everyone I talk to. Just makes me so happy to be in Gridania. Alright. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray, leave me to my thoughts. Yo, what do you think of this button, old man? The sigil of the D'Artancourt family. How? How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman? Her face, was it marred in any way? I had feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. That is a really ominous thing to lead in with. Oh, I'll tell you, but on the condition that you stop all this and everything that has to do with it. Alright, here we go. Both feet. I was once manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the D'Artancourt. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may have well been kind of fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her regain what she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. Among us, you say? It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was. But when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hawk Manor, my home for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been, yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience, until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay your tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Hawk Manor, on the western edge of the Central Shroud. Go now! Go and do what must be done. Kill them all, Peter. Yeah, I can do that. And then we'll go frolic around in the in the mansion on Halloween, right? You don't know if she was right in the head for being extremely vain to begin with. Yeah, they said she was extremely kind, but that like fell away as soon as she got disfigured, so you gotta wonder. But at any rate, it's kind of weird that like Lady Amandine comes up repeatedly. Oh, speaking of Halloween, Lady Amandine comes up again, I think in Gooball. Either Gooball or Gooball Hard. Where someone basically tries to summon a succubus that looks like Lady Amandine, or a succubus into her dead body to do things with it. Alright. Yeah, you know how there are books scattered around Gooball? That's, there's a collection of journals. I think it is Gooball Hard. Where they talk about, like, it's a guy's personal journals about his attempts to get that whole thing going. It's really messed up. I recommend checking it out. Okay. Let's go into Hawk Manor. Maybe we'll get lucky and get some varnish out of the deal. They've originally had her as a Duskwhite before switching her to Wildwood. I didn't know that. Duskwhite erasure at work once again. Here we go. Ah, spooky. It's too spooky in here. I can't take it. Castlevania, let's go. Oh yeah. The first, I would say the first like cool dungeon that you get in the MSQ. Everything else was kind of lame up until this one. Take that. And the first dungeon to teach you all about prioritizing enemies, I think, and interrupting things. Yeah, as far as dungeons go too, this one's pretty painless. Early dungeons, at least. Yeah. Alright. Clear them out. There's just a lot of rooms in here. I'm really used to running around the inside of this place from Halloween events. I wouldn't mind if we got more of those. Just like events that reuse dungeons. Like, I don't know if there are any other dungeons that it would even be appropriate for, but hey, it'd be alright. And then of course we have all the musical instruments, which you can now use or get as furniture. Including the piano. Ah! Fine wax. Is fine wax the thing? Is that what I wanted? I think it is. I got fine wax! Alright. It's probably not worth anything now. Moving on. Keys? Keys. There's a key. I believe they changed where the wax comes out of in one of these patches. They may have changed it in Shadowbringers or whatever patch it was that adjusted all the drops in these dungeons so that more equipment drops. Yeah, I can't remember when they did it, but all this, a lot of these leveling dungeons were adjusted to have additional equipment in them. Like, cooler looking equipment from later in the game. And like, this set I'm wearing right now was a crafted set that was added, like, way later in Shadowbringers. For level 40-something? Shield of the Savage. Oh, it's one of these ugly, ugly patchwork shields. Look at that. Amazing. And it's a casting shield. The rare casting shields, which are actually best in slot if you're going into Bosia. Having something in both hands as opposed to just one weapon apparently just makes your stats squish down better. Who would have thought? Give me that key. Yeah, well, anything with haste, definitely. But, I mean, that leaves your main hands free for whatever. So you get, like, the augmented Bosian stuff. And then you go in with, like, a shield and a wand, if you're a caster. And you get slightly improved stats. Which is why you will occasionally see white mages in there holding twigs. Manor Elmo. I believe that's new. I believe that's new. That's a thing. Alright. Yeah. The House Fortomp stuff dropping from Stone Vigil. Which explains, unfortunately, what happened to Harshafa. Guys running into the vault in level 40 gear. Whoo. Like, I like you, man, but come on. That's just something you don't do. Drive-by punch. Also his level 1 shield. That's right. Man. Guy really should have gone for just like, you know, run a couple dungeons maybe. Even just get someone to craft you something. Something. Ah, the yellow key. The luminous yellow key. Here we go. Now, once upon a time, for this boss we're coming up on, there used to be a preferred kill order. When strategy actually mattered here. And I believe it was Imp first, then Skeleman. I don't remember. Yeah, he should have just thrown an invuln on. I think it goes Jester first. Oh no, ice spikes. Get out of here. And now we do the thing. The thing that you will occasionally find someone who doesn't understand what everyone in the party just did, and then they wander around the basement for all eternity. And then you tell them, all right, return. And sometimes they do it, and a lot of the time they don't. They just don't know. Although I've also heard that there are a lot of people who just play without their chat on. They never told you, they just vanished. Rude. You just turned around and everyone was gone. Inquisitors Tuck and Waiting Sun Pelta. We're getting all the fancy equipment. Yeah, the return strategy was basically like the immediate strategy. I think I remember running back once. Oh no. There she is. Being inside all day ain't doing much for your complexion, lady. Look at all this furniture that we just get. I don't think we've gotten that yet, though. But this fireplace and these candles. Not this bed, though. This ominous bed. Pardon me, madam. I'm looking around. Oh, wow. The sword through the desk is really something. There's a lot of like scene dressing that we haven't gotten yet. Okay, well, if you want to attack me, that's your prerogative. Alright. Come here. She ran out of slots to decorate her house. Yep. She's also doing the amateur decorating move of just everything to the walls. Everything to the walls. This is all just what her retainers brought, but then her retainers stopped bringing her things. As we saw, he said he was never going back. Ah! The shattered mirror. Bit of storytelling, I guess. It's also like me in Animal Crossing. This is like the most significant piece of furniture in the room, the shattered mirror. Heart of House d'Arlandre and Manor Sandals, which are one of the new added pieces. Because, like, yeah, that's a couple patches in, like that gear. Wouldn't have been added in the vanilla version of the game. Anyways, moving on. Darkness has taken root within these halls. Sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. Darkness. It's two of them! Oh, but they're nobodies. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal of light, much less 3. There's 2 of them. The crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Heidelin chose well. A pity your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. So then fight me, nerds. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take the measure of your strength from Master Lahabred. That task is now accomplished. We take our leave of you. They ran away! I think Gaius is probably going to kill them later. Fare you well, bringer of light. I wonder if the Telophoroi have any, like, low-tier Asians. Laha Blast. As long as it's not Lahi Brea. Do you know Lahi? That's a ways off. Alright. You like to think that low-tier Asians have Boston accents for some reason? Gotta go summon a primal at the Haba. Yes, I'm coming into Gridania. I also forgot low-tier Asians were a thing until we like got started in here. Because, I mean, they just kind of show up, wring their hands, and go, ooh, darn you, Warrior of Light, and then vanish. They summon something underwhelming. Alright, that's the Lancers Guild. To the Lancers Guild! You guys remember when all these Aetheryte destinations had their names on the map? So you had to know the Centaur's Eye and things like that. Fisherman's Bottom. And they eventually just changed them to like the location that you would want to travel to because people couldn't figure it out. Yeah, they do show up to Team Rocket at us, you're right. And then they go blasting off again into the void. You are returned! What sights awaited you within the manor? What has become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me all. I mean, I don't know you want to know, man. It's not a good scene in there. So she went so far as to consort with devils. Would that I could have done more to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. She won't. No, sir. I know not whether the masked men you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain they are the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence I allowed... I know not how many young innocent maidens to die in unspeakable circumstances. It matters not wherefore, through my misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both. I am an abettor in a gross crime. I will surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they deem just. I only pray that the gods will have mercy on my soul. And then he sits right back down. He'll get around to it. He'll turn himself in eventually. Maybe when he gets tired or hungry. Away we go. We pray return to the waking sands. Why did we even get a link pearl from Minfilia? He wants to enjoy his last day as a free man by sitting on that bench like he had been before I got there. That's right. That bench is his whole world now. That's all he has left. What a nice day out here. Real clear sky today. Just apropos of nothing. Oh. Castrum Marinum over there. Okie dokie. In we go. Now, I think it's time to investigate Titan. You still sitting here? And you're still pondering. Okay, I'm sure. I like little areas like that in the game, yeah. That dock's really good. And like, the small fishing village just adjacent is also really nice. Like going down there. It's just, stuff like that is enjoyable to find. Welcome back, Darius. Full glad I am to see you safely returned. Tell me, how fared your sojourn in the 12's Wood? It was real fucked up, man. 2 of Lahabred's minions, and they sought to measure your strength by their own admission? The devils taunt us. It is beyond doubt, then. The Asians have begun to move in earnest. Would that we knew to what end. Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It is clear to me now that we Scions are too few to protect the realm against this threat unaided. We must needs alert the 3 nations to the presence of this elusive enemy, and recommend that they heighten their vigil. Well, all right. There is no shortage of misery in the world that the Asians might exploit. We have an arduous struggle ahead of us. Yet come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope, for that is precisely what the enemy desires. Yeah, the traveling cutscenes are nice too. We have gleaned all we can from the information available to us. Let us set this investigation aside for the present. Another matter has arisen that requires your attention. Let me know when you are ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others. I guess I'm ready to be briefed. But just as an aside, you think in the next expansion we're going to get weapons like this for our relics? Like we're going to go to Charlayan and everyone's going to get like a weird Toopsty Mahdi-esque relic weapon? At least she isn't debriefing me. That's true. Alright. Back to the task at hand. It would make sense to me. Using Charlayan knowledge to make a weapon. Voice acting? It sounds like it's voice acted. Yep.
Requests our assistance.
Concerning the kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume?
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
Charlayan would probably be like, we would give you weapons, but we just want to watch you live your life and take notes on it. Wouldn't want you to interfere. Yeah. They could, but they won't. They'll just stay out of it.
What sort of peril?
What sort of peril is portended?
A tribe of kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan.
Oh no! Titan!
Our task will be to slay the Primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor. They are no strangers to the havoc kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, 2 primals, Leviathan and Titan, chanced to converge upon the sea wall, wreaking untold devastation. There, by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Merlvib hired able to fend them off. Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
My god.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point.
What I want is I want some solo duties in Endwalker where you gotta fight multiple like old primals at once. Just to really like cast in a very, very stark light how far we've come. Just fight all of them at once by yourself.
So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
The Maelstrom has kept a watchful eye upon the beast tribes, and the kobolds in particular, ever since. Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Was it such devastation? I believe it was their intention.
Anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested him, the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
Expect the worst.
There was a cutscene that was left out of 1.0 that was fully voice acted with Titan. And I think it was somebody Titan being summoned, somebody dying, and then Titan going, no! Yeah. Anyways, Company of Heroes time, yeah.
The Maelstrom's help
Along
is
with
of
that
course
other guy.
appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The Echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
Whatever, I'm just gonna fight
So you
him,
will
beat him
accept?
up with auto attacks or something.
Thank you.
We can't very well send him to Limsa Lominsa without Y'shtola, can we, Minfilia?
That is a true statement. Like, what's running from Garlemald gonna do for anyone, other than make it so Garlemald doesn't have to worry about Charlayan as they campaign into Eorzea? Like, good job! You're being real good enabling this despotic regime. Congratulations, Charlayan.
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
I never thought it in question.
Ever reliable. Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory.
Except you. You're gonna spare a lot
We
of
will
effort.
count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
In fact, I think you're not gonna spare any effort.
And all not afield will
Or
aid the fight
you're gonna
from
spare
afar.
all your effort. You will spare no effort to spare effort. I got there eventually.
Thancred, Ida, go to the Grand Companies. Tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Ariana,
Alright.
send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would.
You don't have to contact Elfino. It's okay. Not yet.
Papalimo, compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be.
I don't want to see Elfino until he's British. Not a moment
You'll
sooner.
be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the Sailor's Ward. Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Alright. And you'll stand there beside your chair, as always. She shall not move from this spot. Alright. To the accursed plane of Limsa Lominsa. Yes, until he is properly British. I don't want to see Alfino till he's really feeling it. To the aft castle. Oh, he's got some friends AFKing here. Alright. Moving on. Good to see you, Captain Stormcrow. That's right. Captain. The Scions sent word that you were on your way. To business, then. It is as we told the antecedent. The kobolds once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beastmen moving south in increasing numbers from Ogomoro. Our scouts subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystal, fodder for their fell primal. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Your deeds bring glory to the Maelstrom, Captain Stormcrow. Right proud am I to call you one of our own. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral will wish to address Darius personally. We are no strangers to conflict. Long have the Sahagin and kobolds plagued our people. Nor is this the first time that we have had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was to the company of heroes we turned. But they are long disbanded, and we must look to other brave souls blessed with the strength to face this foe. So it is that we turn now to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I hope you are right, yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Did not the thalassocracy make a pact with the beastmen that each should keep within their own lands and that no blood should be shed? And was it not the Laminsons who violated this agreement, dissatisfied with their lot? Shall we condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? That's right! As we know, the pirates broke the treaty. Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. I would advise you choose your words with greater cause, or care, Lady Y'shtola. And like, although it was the pirates' fault, we really don't need to hear it from a Charlayan. Like, really. Really. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it, yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath. Would you have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa Lominsa's citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already, we have observed disruptions in the flow of ether further inland. The effects will be felt here in the city ere long. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. Can I trust? I trust I can count on you, Captain? It's me, I'm a captain. You have my thanks, along with the full support of the Maelstrom. I await good tidings. I'm gonna go chop them. That the kobolds should summon Titan demonstrates that they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict before we meet Titan in the field, however. It would be well to learn all we can of our foe, and I can think of no better information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. The company of heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still lived. It is said that one of them is employed at the Grey Fleet Mills in Lower Lanascia. Right. Quite why a mercenary should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, mayhap you could ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. Alright, time to go waste our time. With the big time-wasting guy. And no fast way out there. Yep, let's go ask him. To the windmills. To the walls. It is Subligar, man. You are correct. You remember correctly. Yep, time to go smash a rock. And then maybe his face if we're lucky. But no. He's got to come back for when we have to fight Leviabetus. The Coral Prince Subligar. Well, here we go. Time to go see him. Why are you here? The Company of Heroes is the most celebrated mercenary band in the history of Eorzea. Even so, I must admit, I've never before met one of their members face to face. I imagine a warrior who had toppled both Titan and Leviathan would seek to bask in a lifetime of fame and glory. Yet he seems to have settled in a place distinctly bereft of adoring crowds. Lay down your burden, son. Come drain a pint with me. We'll have a grand old time. Find he'll last or three. You want to say something, adventurer, or just keep staring? You want to know about the Company of Heroes? Ah, hells. Bleeding price of fame. Can't a miller mill in peace no more? Still, seeing as you come all this way, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to oblige you. Consider yourself lucky, mate. Old Tractium was the company's best axeman. Now, what was it you wanted to know? Cool face paint. Oof. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Gah! So you want to hear the tale of how the Company of Heroes bested a primal, do you? Let me guess. You mean that bastard Titus, eh? That's right. His maniacal cackling still echoing on the wind. You were just pelting arrows at a rock to destroy it? Those are some really, 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 really well-placed shots. Oh, if only you'd been there to see it. I did this on Marauder, so it was fitting because I'd already smashed rocks in previous quests. It's just the thing we do. 'Twas a mighty struggle, like the legends of old. Me and the boys fought him for 3 days and nights, we did. Wow, no enrage. The ground trembled with every step Titus took, and when he hit you, boy, it felt like a cannonball to the gut. Ugh, just like that. I see. Oi, what's that look for? I'm a goddamn hero, I'll have you know. People around here sing me praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning the secret tactics we used to beat old Titus. That's right. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling charitable. If you're so damn desperate, then why don't you do me a favor? Kill those rats that have made a nest in the windmill just south of here. Aye, do that, then we'll talk. I'm sure. Yes. This man's hat. That's how you know he's a miller. He's wearing his farm hat. A subligar and a straw hat. It's the height of fashion. There was a whole series of quests in FF11 about how subligar were fashionable. You could get job-specific subligar. Alright. Oh. It's the big rat who makes all the rules! Now he's dead. It was the Rat King and not a Rat King. That'd be horrible. Okay, on we go. We killed the rats. So the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, Venturer. Saved me the hassle of... never mind. What? Still asking about how we beat Titus? I don't know, Venture. It was a pretty risky strategy. The kind only a veteran at 10-score battles could rely upon. I want to teach you. I truly do, but unless you prove you have what it takes to face that fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. At the very least, you need to be capable of slaying, say, a Goobu. Come to think of it, that ain't a bad idea. Then creatures have a taste for the flour milled here, so you ought to have no trouble finding one in the vicinity. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut one down as quick as a skilled axeman like myself. Any road, why don't you try heading due and west and stand on lookout in case a Goobu comes calling. Slay it, and I might consider telling you more about old Titus. A Gooby. Okay, I will go fight Gooby. In this conveniently overturned wagon. How convenient. There's a lot of wind sprites out here. Alright. Oh no! I wonder when I'm gonna stop one-shotting things. How's the inventory looking? Get out of here. And you. And you. And you. That's good enough for now. I think that other thing was bomb ash, which I might just hold on to. You again? And that Goobu was harassing the Millers is dead? Didn't think you had it in you, Venturer. Still, you took forever and a day to get the job done. I'm not sure if I should tell you our secrets. So, as I was saying, I still don't know if you got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe if you slew a... Track to him? You in here drinking again? If you are, that Goobu had better be dead. Oh, it's dead, Chief. You had me word on that. Cleave the beast skull in two with me trusty axe, I did. Was that a fact? And what will your friend here say if I ask him? He'll vouch for me, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me true. Was it Tractome who slew that Goobu, or was it you? Chief! What are you saying? It's me, Tractome, the finest axeman to ever serve in the company of heroes. The legendary mercenaries who slew that bastard Titus. Titus? Titus? Who in the seven hells is Titus? Some primal you fought in a drink-sodden dream? The company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody half-wit. Aye, well, you see, Titus was what me and the lads used to call him. That's the biggest load of sagging shite I've ever heard. Both of you, outside. We'll learn the truth the Laminson way. Tractium, if you didn't slay that Gubu, you may consider your contract revoked. Ruh-roh. Yeah, if you think you're such hot shit, just crush this rock with your bare hands. Well, come along then. Here we go. The Laminson way of destroying a rock. It's symbolic. Alright, first man to smash his boulder will be judged the winner. And don't even think of trying to kill me. That's cheating. Oh no. Alright. He did deserve a kick. No, a three-headed Gubu. Oh, paralyze. Or at least he tried. I wonder. Oh no, he got me with paralysis. I don't believe it. I know also not fighting fairly is violating the spirit of this, but come on. Look at him. Look at him! Alright, I admit it. I lied about being in the company of heroes, but I'm begging you, Chief, please don't dismiss me. I've learned me lesson. Honest, I have. Save your blubbering, Tractium. Ah, gods, I should have known. Mercy, please, I didn't want to deceive you, I swear. It's just that I kept getting turned away by all the folk I asked for work, and I panicked. See, the last job I had was at Costa del Sol, and there was this grizzled marauder everyone treated like royalty. Then I heard he was captain in the company of heroes. I finally understood why. I wasn't being serious when I said I was one of them, but you went and believed me, so I... Look, his name was V-Skate. V-Skate? I don't know. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus or whatever the hell's the thing's name is. That's what you wanted, ain't it? So come on then, tell the chief to forgive me, it's only fair. I mean, I don't care, man. Alright. Off to Costa del Sol. Home of famed eccentric. Oh, what's his name? Gegaruju. That's it. That weirdo Gegaruju. And Durstvites. Durstvites. That's his name. Fred Durstvites. Okay, here we go. Famed eccentric, curious gorge, yes. Pardon? Pardon? You wish to slay the Lord of Crags? We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsa are depending upon us. You fancy yourselves heroes then, just like in the tales. Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours, and my associate here has bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. He is blessed with a power that protects him from primal influence. Thus was he able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We knew full well the risks and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray, be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A man who can't be tempered. Useful, but it will not be enough. It's true the company of heroes fought and felled primals, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him in the end, but he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, he will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I'll grant you that. And you deserve better than the greeting I gave you, but I will not send you into Ogomoro on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee the security for Master Gegaruju's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your ability by attending to one of our... Ye gods, man, have you heard nothing I have said? We do not have time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gates. Where did this go, Yashtola? Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, then you are welcome to find your own way into Ogomoro. Just punt Gegaruju into the ocean. Why not? That shark out there probably has use for him. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to the man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are to best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you undertake this task alone. I will use this time to see to the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Pray do whatever the good captain bids, however trifling. Remember, the fate of Limsa Lominsa hangs in the balance. Here we are, the famous cheese retrieval arc. Alright. Master Gegaruju's request can be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you to your true task, I would like to verify that this won't be a waste of my time. A Nyx has recently been prowling the beach to the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large, slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with a herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof of the kill. Time for a big, gross amphibian. Of course, the cheese retrieval arc is still here in its entirety. They wouldn't get rid of a famed piece of Final Fantasy XI community history. Why would they ever do that? Now I gotta go hide. Ooh, okay. To the bushes. Alright. Well, that was easy. Well, did you deal with the Nyx? I sure did. Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you in this way, I would know that we had an incident not long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claims to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge as befits your talents. More pointless busy work. All the confused sprouts doing these quests, like, yeah, time is of the essence, but hold on, time for some pointless busy work. Okay. Two highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sol in the near future, and Master Gegaruju wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no object, not everything Master Gegaruju desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, and so, Darius, your mission is to seek out and obtain rare ingredients our chef requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with a suitable wine, and by suitable, I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for a time being, as I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Landinel at Camp Tranquil. What, you mean to tell me you cannot afford to waste time as your associate did? Adventurer, if you have not the endurance to complete this mission, how do you expect me to believe you can outlast the Lord of Crags? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. Alright. Camp Tranquil. Here we go. There we go. Cheese is highly important. The most important. Ultra critical. Landinel and his silent companion here, if I remember right. No. Morale among the Six Spears has never been higher. After a brief absence, Captain Landinel returned to us with renewed fervor for his work. source of which he candidly revealed to us. This served only to reaffirm our faith in him. We are all proud to call him our captain. Wow. Do you require assistance, adventurer? So, this is the one that would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Darius. The ingredient you seek is the egg of a giant adamantoise. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you get it? Ha! You amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me, you will receive only information. What you do with it is your choice. Here we go. Yep, it's the Monhun egg quest. Time to tediously run back to the camp with an egg. Let me be clear. The business between you, me, and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent with the company of Hero in the slightest. Traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them, it was all jolly good fun. Alas, Gridania's are by and large an unforgiving lot, Dicto here being a rare exception. I like that she's just emoting in the background. I have had to go to great lengths to ensure that I am seen as a model citizen with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I so dearly miss. So understand that if you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose for your entrail, or with your entrails and hang you from the nearest heavens pillar. Damn, big talk. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good adamantoise egg in a nest to the east of here, just right for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked with the moment you lay hands upon the egg. There will be other heroes, Darius. You need not challenge Titan. Abandon your quest, or your corpse will rot in the swamp. Can I just beat this guy up and then go do his thing? Just like kick him once in the stomach. You know not to whom you speak, fool. Wasn't there a guild leave about doing this? And it was like one of the best ways to grind for a long time. Oh no! Get out of here. Yeah, I recall that being a thing. It was the best way to grind low-level jobs because you can do it without fighting, if I remember right. Oh, I didn't claim the egg, I just touched the egg. Fine. God. Now we can go. Just drive through the swamp in this car. Theme of Kenny Crow. I thought you might have a good sense to leave this place. By your continued presence, I take it you intend to persevere to the bitter end. Alright, shut up, man. Just take the egg. Haha, such bravery, such recklessness. That will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me. I'll see that it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Thanalan. In Forgotten Springs, you will find a man named Uad Nun. He will be your next guide. Safe travels, Darius. All right. To Forgotten Springs. Here we go to find this old man. State your business, adventurer. So this is the one Viscat sends me. I haven't the foggiest what he sees in you, and until I do, you will receive no aid from me. Oh boy. Persistent bugger. Very well, let's have a look at you. You've seen your share of battle, there's no mistaking that, and you did manage to obtain that adamantoise egg. However, that was not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. The Noon I once fought also believed that his strength would save him. He was wrong, and now I am Noon. Many years ago, I joined the company of heroes to hone my skills instead of challenging my predecessor before I was ready. Even when I was young, I understood that victory goes to the patient, the cunning, the pragmatic. That's why I claimed my position and why I still hold it. It is why I will not help an unproven whelp. The children of the sands do not offer their aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you were recognized as a skilled hunter in your own right, it would be permissible to assist you. Across the desert to the east, there lies an Amalja encampment. There dwells a warrior renowned for both his strength and his guile. To even face this Amalja in battle, you must first find a way to lure him away from the encampment. This will be your test, to draw out and defeat the veteran. For this, I will offer you no advice. Only this worn spear. Why, you ask? You will have to solve that riddle yourself. Now go, slay this old warrior and bring to me his necklace. Okie dokie. Use the spear to lure out the Amalja veteran. Don't just like ride up and then javelin throw it into him or anything. That'd be too good. Alright. Across the desert to fight the Amalja. What's it say? A trophy claimed by Uad Nun from the dying hands of an Amalja warrior. Neat. Come forth. Oh, I also have to hide for this one too. Okay. Crouch behind these rocks. And await the warrior. What do we got? Stone Spike Tanad Ga. Alright. Down he goes. A mournful cry echoes across the desert. I guess that was somebody important to him? I don't know. I'm sure I did something that wasn't horrible. Totally. Absolutely fine. Not exploiting somebody's grief just to murder them. Perfectly acceptable. Okay, I did the thing. Here's your necklace. Tell me, adventurer, is our old nemesis dead? What's this say? A confusion of teeth, bones, and claws strung onto a piece of leather. Supposedly, from the pattern in which the items are ordered, other Amalja can glean the name and rank of this necklace's wearer. Interesting. Interesting. 'Tis a fine necklace, as befits a veteran of countless battles. It will make an excellent trophy. Spear, but it belonged to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied it from afar, he would be unable to resist venturing outside the encampment to see him for himself. Did you discern my intent, or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impress me, adventurer. I shall tell you of the ingredient you seek. A shame we did not meet when I was still in the company of heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. There's no point on dwelling what cannot be. You have a Welwick worm to hunt. Sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes, but Welwick worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on the smaller creatures of the Sagoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There is an area teeming with anglers to the east. I will mark it upon your map along with the location where Welwick worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. Whew. Alright. Controller, please. Yeesh. Yep, they're all just using me to do the shit they don't want. Here's some busy work, adventurer. Now go on. Alright. Anglers. Ha! Across the desert we go. Oh boy. And now I have to walk away and wait. There's a lot of walking away and waiting. No, it's a worm. Oh no, there goes the worm. Alright. I'm glad that they all drop garbage that just gets into my inventory. That's nice. I appreciate that. Pollute my inventory with garbage. The Alaskan bullworm. Delightful cryptids. You look well. Have you caught your quarry then? Yes, here. The worm meat, which is a large round slice of Welwick worm white meat. Your skills as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, Darius. The meat you will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to V-Skate. Worry not, you have my word that he will receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say that I know not of its location. For the nonce, you should return to Costa del Sol and seek V-Skate's counsel. Ah, but hold a moment. Since you are meeting with the captain again soon, there is something I would like you to deliver to him for me. And what would that be? The captain was always fond of his Brandywine. I would be grateful if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have I owe to his wisdom and generosity. V-Skate was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that is still the case now. Please, give him my regards, Darius. Sure. Away we go! Back to Costa del Sol to, I think, begin Cheese Quest. Cheese Quest 2021. I couldn't remember how long it would take me to get through this part. I think I'll be able to at least, maybe, fight Titan to cap this off if we keep going at this rate. Well met, Darius. Landonell and Wadnun both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? Booze, man. Feckin' booze. Ah, my favorite. I shall have to thank the Nun personally. Now, you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you will not have to travel to Aldenard this time to obtain it. Aldenard, of course, being the Eorzean mainland, and Eorzea proper also includes Vilbrand. Yes, the long stop is before Titan. Truth be told, I had never intended for you to collect this last ingredient. Brayflox, my old quartermaster, wished to bring it to Costa del Sol herself. However, not long ago, she sent word that there's been some trouble at the long stop and that the delivery would be delayed indefinitely. She told me nothing of the incident itself, but I fear the situation may be dire. Though I would like nothing more than to aid her myself, I have no choice but to turn to you and your allies. Make haste to the Hidden Falls docks and speak with Ozun Nazun. He will direct you to Raincatcher Gully, where Brayflox and her people have made their home. Ozun Nazun. Let me just go empty my inventory real quick. No beef soft tacos for now. I got to get rid of a bunch of this garbage. Forget the bomb ash. Yeah, it's all garbage. It's all garbage! Alright. This reminds me of the Play Online music. If anyone's like ever installed Play Online to play FF11. This part specifically. Just the beginning. Ha! What's the hurry, Venture? Something happened over at the Gabi settlement? I don't know why you're so eager to help a bunch of beastmen, but go and talk to the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you over to Raincatcher Gully. Alright, skipper. This is a pretty nice area. I distinctly remember Eastern Lanosia just looking, well, I mean the same as every other part of Lanosia. Because I remember going out to Bloodshore and there not even being a shore in 1.0. It was just an aetheryte by a cliff. Like, oh, Bloodshore. Where's the fucking shore? There was no shore. Psh, tongue flaps. A V-skate be reaching the ears of Brayflocks. Uplanders come for tasty fresh gobby treats, yes? Quest prize of Uplander deep and long stop. Flighty beasts chase Gobby Flock from homes. Gobby Flock needs goodly Uplander to give safety to long stop with much hand lending. Well, okay. Here we go. Into the long stop. Zoom. It's fast, right? I think a lot of the middleman stuff was cut out. Because, yeah, I was expecting this to take way longer. Yes! The cheese retrieval arc begins in earnest. So that dragon, I believe in the lore book, is a dragon that was wounded battling in Ishgard and fled south to heal. And living here and feeding on the things in the long stop made it poisonous. I believe that's the lore. Alright. Gobby Flock in danger. Uplanders take gate key. Open head gate. Sure. Look at all that down there. That's a lot of waterfalls. Neat. I mean, what else would a dragon be doing here? None of them are, like, tangentially related. If it's a dragon, it's related to the Dragon Song War in some way. That's just how we do. To the head gate. I don't think we're gonna have to, run Brayflocks hard. At any point during the, main story. But there was a period where, running Brayflocks hard just to the first boss was like the way to get tomestones, because what you'd do is you would just run through the instance straight to the like boundary that took you to the first boss without fighting anything. Fight the boss, quit the instance, and repeat. That was in the days before roulettes were a thing. Before that, it was speed runs of Castrum Meridianum, I think, was the fastest way to get your tomes. Speed runs of Castrum was part of the reason they made cutscenes unskippable. You'd have people going through for their first time and then people trying to speed run, so you'd have a lot of people very upset that someone was watching a cutscene. And then the old strategy in this fight was if you had a black mage, have somebody sleep this boss for when you had to fight this one. Cool armor drops out of here, though. The battle mage, infantry, and cavalry stuff. Cavalry stuff is a recolor of this. Or I should say this is a recolor of the cavalry set. Like, they do a good job giving you cool sets to wear early on. Because looking like a scrub for, like, you know, 30 levels, just it's not a good time. That was my one issue with leveling in World of Warcraft. How far I had to go to get my obnoxiously huge pauldrons. Am I gonna be able to kill this thing before the dragon comes down? Let's find out. Didn't steal the kill. Didn't even see his HP go. If you play well, you've already earned your scrub status. I was dragged kicking and screaming from FF11, but I played it for a while. I'll agree with that sentiment. The long stop gut gate opens. Wow. What do you figure all this looked like before it was pretty clearly like just trashed? Like thoroughly trashed. Like this is pretty complete, you know? The start of Stormblood? That sounds about right. It may have been even earlier though. Because I'll be honest, my memories of like speedrunning Castrum are like for Darklight armor, which is an extremely old memory. Having to Metal Gear Solid sneak your way in because you didn't want to fight all the enemies. You just wanted to slip behind them. Just outside of their cones of vision so you wouldn't have to do a lot of like the actual fighting. Anyways, this enemy's kind of interesting because unlike every enemy in the instance, this enemy has true sight, so if you try to sneak, it will spot you. Did they get rid of the... They got rid of the chest down here. There used to be a chest down there. A chest with a job-specific ring in it. You guys remember that, right? There were like job-specific rings that always dropped out of that chest. Alright. Up we go to fight the dragon. This is like the first boss that's actually mildly difficult. At least if you're playing through for the first time. Yes, there was an amazing chest ahead, but now it's gone. And we mourn, collectively. Back when we first ran this, this was one of those bosses where DPS wouldn't be high enough to out DPS the healing. You headcanon that killing this dragon was the reason Sir Albric reached out to your Lancer? That's a cool idea. Stuff like that's always really good. Making connections. Oh my god, he didn't die in one hit. Be gone. I mean, if you got a Lancer who can kill a dragon, I'd say it's a pretty good Dragoon candidate right there. Alright. Enemy defeated. A great sword. This being the first dungeon I think you can run on Dark Knight at level 30. I remember spamming the hell out of this dungeon on Dark Knight way back when Heaven's Word came out. Alright, cheese time. Goodly Uplander has thanks of Gobbyflock. Flighty Beast was tricksy foe, but Uplander outwitted it with plan making. Uplander has goodly head for fighty think. Brayflock's happy gives tasty fresh gobby treats to clever Uplander. Cheese is stinky sweet gobby treat, special make with secret gobby arts. No party complete without gobby gouda, Brayflock's every say. Cheesed to meet you. Yeah. Away I go on my Nimbus. Up, up, and away. And that big spire, which I believe is in the opening cinematic for Our Realm Reborn, when everyone like teleports through time, and then they come through the woods. They're like riding chocobos, I think, down through here. And that's visible in the distance. It's something like that, at least. The location's obviously not exact, but It's close enough. It's like how you have to fight, or you get attacked by race vulgars in the Heaven's Word intro cinematic. Because they just have whatever, like, art assets are available to go off of. Yeah, that we might have teleported you 5 years into the future, have fun scene. Or, as we now know, the I used flow and you've just been kind of aimlessly drifting around in the live stream for 5 years. Welcome back. I gather you solved Brayflox's little problem? What is that? Are people just falling? Goblin cheese. The pungent odor of this hard yellow cheese, veined with blue-green mold, is most comparable to the warm, damp boot of a zombie after stepping in ripe chocobo dung. Goblins claim it is a delicacy, but then again, they have masks to filter out the aroma. By gods, that unholy stench. This is, definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, this should be quite flavorful. How was it made? It's best you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned what kind of milk they use. Ugh. What kind of milk? Not night milk. Get night milk from buffaloes? Goblin milk? I don't want it. If it's goblin milk, I'm marching right back there and putting Brayflox to the sword. Gobby milk. And just one more time in case you missed it. Bravo, Darius. Thanks to you, our guest shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. But what good is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Oh man, I don't know that one. Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out Shamani Lomani, another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip. He'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering, this is merely a ploy to test your patience. I assure you, I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Shamani Lomani my regards. No, it's aperitif. I do know that word. It's just a highly pretentious word that nobody uses in normal conversation. Feh. The worst kind of milk? Skim milk? Oh no. That's what they use. They use skim milk. Might as well just be water at that point. And here we are. Do I have to go deal with the deserter? Sweat, grime, and blood. I, Eureka Blood, an adventurer, unless I am mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? Here's an order slip. An order? Let me guess. A request for the finest vintage I can muster. The paper smells of loam and perfume. Costa del Sol. And there's also the unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Gigaruju would not settle for anything less than the best. Durstvites and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence the decision to rely on an adventurer. Ah, but perhaps you are confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways, but you've no interest in my affairs. You only wish to discuss the wine, I suspect. You do not trust Final Fantasy XIV players? You are right not to trust Final Fantasy XIV players. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work, none can deny that it pays well. Ah, but you grow impatient. If Eastgate must have his wine, herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Bierglaint. Bierglaint owns and operates the largest winery in Filbrand. I somehow doubt that he will be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance. Or we could just make up a fake vintage like we do in the friggin' Evil East storyline. That's a thing that happens. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. You should be made to drink every drop of this polluted swill. Oh, did he cork the wine? That's a thing. I think it's called corked. If a wine's corked, like fragments get into it. And the wine becomes like cloudy and sour. Did I know, or did you know, you can play through the entirety of A Realm Reborn in the award-winning Heavenward expansion up to level 60 for free? That's a pretty good deal right there. It's a pretty good deal, man. Wow. What is it? I am in the middle of an important discussion and I do not care for interruptions. That neophyte Vinter bid you speak with me? Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you Gubu urine than sell you my worst vintage. Begone from my sight. I couldn't, like, name drop Gigaruju there. Someone has that shirt with the entire spiel on Amazon. That's pretty friggin' wild. That'd be one hell of a shirt. I take it he said no. Really? In those words? Well, I cannot say that I am surprised. While there's no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsa is not a man known for his tact. Very well. We shall have to take an alternative approach. There's a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say that the grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the vignerons of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of this town, and they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, the most complex, the most flavorful of all wines. Aye, the legendary Bacchus wines were born right here in Wineport. Ahem, I believe they fill your teepee. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I'd once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh and was one with all creation. But as is too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Bringlate to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine and to offer them every gill we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the vignerons attaining the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them. Yep, just using the god of wine. We depart on Gorilla. Not very far, though. In here? Not in here. Is there nothing in here? This is just a flavor room. Just a flavor room for flavoring. Anything? Ah, there. Durum Folurum. Bacchus wine? Bah! Don't remind me. I used to have a cellar filled with this stuff. Thought I could keep the wine safe from thieves and the elements. Never counted on a bloody primal showing up. And blowing up my goddamn house. Woof. That's free real estate. You think it's Jungbahar or Youngbar? What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. Never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend, but you're a few years too late. Cool. Glad I was given the runaround for no reason. Now look, most regrettable, but we had to try. Ah, but Bacchus wine should have been Would have been perfect for the occasion. Though I must confess my certitude could be due in part to my personal history with the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogomoro, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized there was still so much more I could experience, even in my condition. It helped me find a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think that wondrous ambrosia which once filled me with hope will be forever lost to us. I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there is much about my life, or much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. I have no fear. I swear that I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there is a favor I would ask of you. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Vilbrand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die, because I very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Drest took me in and nursed me back to health, and it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me to find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my own original creation, and would be most grateful if you delivered it to him in my stead. Drest sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully Dock, so perhaps Riskilt can tell you where to find him. Yep, this guy is very blind. Extremely blind. And this bird has a serious case of dandruff. Dressed? Oh, you mean the hermit. I toss him a few gil when we need an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about himself, and I sure as hells don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave well enough alone, I say. If you have a mind to find him, though, then head southwest to the Severed String. Ah, this is the deserter. Greetings, fellow deserter. Let me just cruise on down. All right. Then we go around these here rocks. Past, I think, this big pool with the crashed juggernaut. Yeah. The crashed Garlean juggernaut that I believe is bleeding ceruleum into the water. Yes. The Gubu corpse is somewhere out here? Quite possibly. Let's look around. Gooby corpse. Gooby corpse. Are you here? I remember the dead trees, like the dead tree ants or whatever out in the South Shroud. No, wait. I remember the Gooby corpse. It's in Eastern Thanlan. That's right. There's like an area of the ground that's like broken and dips down a bit, and there's a dead Gooby down there. I remembered. All right. Let's go talk to this clearly traumatized man. Cool eye patch, brother. What? What do you want? Lamani Rosso. Shamani Lamani's first attempt at winemaking. Yes, the great Gooby wall. Wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? Ugh. Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The midges, the buzzing, it keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. It's a good thing you can, because that's nigh on impossible. With actual midges. Yeah, the Gooby wall being canon is like really good. I have a Gooby that survived the wall. Where is he? Yeah. The legacy Gooby. With the carpet. The ones what survived the wall. Oh, I still have to kill more midge swarms? Well, shucks! Onwards. Ah! Just crashing over everything, it's fine. Still killed by auto attacks. No, I don't want that. Get out of here. You too. That's enough? That's enough! Oh, it's a hunt mob. They gonna be alright? Yeah, they're fine. They got this. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me. Even after what my comrades and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the Maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others... No one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even Garlean. They conquered my lands just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. Yeah, why can't we take this guy home? Like, where do you think he's from? Like, Dalmasca? I think he is from Dalmasca. I think that's mentioned in the Evilise quest line. This guy should just be able to go home. I wish to thank Shamani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Earlier today at Red Mantis Falls, I collected the sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells times, it makes for a fine wine. See? It should be ready now. I left 3 shells out there. Please, take them to Shamani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope to one day do the same. Like, he should be free to go back in Endwalker, or at least after the events of Endwalker. Because, like, we went all the way to Rabanastre, but it wasn't liberated when we were doing the Bozia stuff because the 4th Legion still occupied it. We just like went there and fought while it was under control. Yeah. Alright, palm wine. If this is anything like palm water, it's going to be awful. I've had palm water once and it tasted like it was rotten. Did not care for it. Theme of Bozia. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll actually like get some people sorted away. That's kind of the reason I'm doing this. I want to remember a lot of like the smaller people who are probably going to factor into the story. It has been some time, Darius. What news do you have of Drest? Sap of a palm tree fermented inside an island coconut shell. Far more potent than wine made from grapes. Palm wine, if brewed for too long, can cause loss of eyesight or even death. Super! Ah yes, I recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking, a simplistic but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We are not so different, Drest and I, 2 men who have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he has been alone with his thoughts for far too long. Aye, it is past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, Darius. By the gods, Darius, listen. I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've discovered something extraordinary about Drest palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf. A leaf which has the very distinct shape and unusual color. Thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain. These are the leaves of a Bacchus grapevine. You know what this means? Somewhere in Raincatcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. You must know where Driss found these leaves. Here, take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. Okay. Still plenty of busy work here, I see. I like getting up like way above everything when there's a lot of tree cover and just looking down at where I'm going. It's nice. It's a perspective on the maps I'm still not used to. You don't really have much cause to revisit a lot of the old maps. Except for maybe like events. Oh, hello again. What was it? Where's the leaf? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. Didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. I saw fresh gubu tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from the vines growing the back of one such beast. If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some gubus are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. Okie dokie. Yep, the old Garlean Juggernaut. They're so weird. I feel like they don't really, oh, there he is. I feel like they don't really match a lot of the other things. Kind of bums you out that flying makes areas feel so much smaller. Yeah, I feel that. You just avoid a lot of the, like, pathing you would otherwise have to take. It really does drive home how much bigger some of the like later maps are, though. Usually, they're like 2 maps divided in half by like a level divide. At least the Stormblood and Onward levels, and then a couple of the Heavensward ones. You do the Sea of Clouds at high level and low level. What did Driss have to say, Darius? Tell me everything. Behold! Aha! I was right. The smell, this texture I hold in my hands, a Bacchus of grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vintner could... Behold. 12 was my witness. It is a Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me? But why? There's none better positioned to construct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Beerglaint. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. I mean, it feels like it is the right decision to leave this in the hands of a professional. Sir, you need... Wait, the shape of this bottle, the scent of this label, it couldn't possibly be. A 1547 Bacchus? That's impossible! This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. Was a crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time, but now I realize that it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. That would be cool if this comes up again in Endwalker. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gegaruju will find no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, Darius. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. Ah, but do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray, deliver the wine to Captain Viscate. You know what would be interesting? If all this stuff can come up as a result of that, like, private island content, the, like, slow life content they're talking about. Dealing with these guys in Wineport and, like, agricultural stuff. Well, yes, I would very much like to drink, but I am a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. And who knows, maybe that wine soaked up some of the natural gooby flavors. Give it a nice full body. We accidentally revived part of the wine industry. I would very much like to be able to, like, yeah, revisit a lot of this old, maybe less adventure-y content through the use of, like, our private island. Maybe grow some wine grapes or something, I don't know. I'm really curious as to what exactly that content's gonna be. I sure hope it's not half-baked. It's got the potential to be pretty good. Can't wait to fill your farm with your 350 plus minions. That's right. All the minions, because you only need one for Lord of Verminion. Look at her, working hard. Greetings, Darius. I thought it fitting I seek you out and offer my gratitude for all that you have accomplished. Are they? What is this? Oh. Bots. Bots! I remember learning a trick a long time ago that if you ever come across bots like doing battle content, if you trade with them, it fucks up their AI and they'll get killed by whatever they're fighting. Not that you should do that. It's a violation of the TOS even if they are bots. But I'm just saying that's a thing that can happen. Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me. So what of the wine I asked you to bring? Bacchus wine. Is that? 7 hells, a 1547 Bacchus. Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you, but congratulations, Darius. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Costa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the lengths you went to, I hope our guests appreciate it. Oh my god. Speaking of which, your guest arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. Perhaps you could tell her the banquet was about to begin. Alright, Yashola. You have the look of a man who has been to the 7th hell and back. That a guest should be expected to supply the victuals for a banquet held in his own honor. And while the shadow of Titan looms over us all, it beggars belief. I can only applaud your stoicism. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I would have accepted my lot with less grace. V-skate sounds like a Danish word for wheel. It does. I wonder what it means. There's like a list of all the Rogadin name pieces. Lady Yashtola, Sir Stormcrow. That's a pretty good move. 1,000 pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, sir. Had I known, I never would have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Come now. He must have sensed something was amiss. It's the whole crew! You didn't seriously think I would send you running the length and breadth of Eorzea for a banquet, did you? Spare him your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment, and unlike me, Darius has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten him. Just knees full of splinters. Aye, aye. Fair's fair. There's no sense hiding it any longer. We 5 were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath that any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge these would-be god-slayers by his own criteria. If even one of them found him wanting, he would be rejected without a second thought. But if he proved himself worthy, we swore that we would do our utmost to support his cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Titan kills plenty of the unworthy. Anyone who's done it in any amount of attempts would know. Which is why the 5 of you deigned to test Darius with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I am sure, but tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? He's a brave one, that much is certain. He willingly walked into the midst of danger despite my repeated warnings that it could cost him his life. His skill is undeniable. He stalked his prey as relentlessly as any child of the sands and struck with precision when the opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory. Darius, however, is a kind and generous soul. I am certain he has no shortage of loyal allies who will gladly fight by his side. Wily Uplander is talentful plansmaker, tricksy foe for mighty Rockman. Rockman, not Rockman EXE. I can only occur with my colleagues' assessments. That's right. Also, I'm one of the heroes of Highbridge. Can't forget that. We 5 of the company of heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of Crags, Darius Stormcrow, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. Well, sure. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers, pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends, for today we celebrate the birth of a new legend, Darius Stormcrow, Titan's Bane. Darius Stormcrow, Titan's Bane, yeah, wow. Alright. Yeah, we're really going for it. I mean, we did it. We didn't have to do it, but we did it. We went out there and defended Highbridge. Alright, where do I go? Over here. Oh boy. Congratulations, sweetling. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. Enjoy the sound of kneecaps crunching as bots go flying through the land. Alright, time to eat. If you were about to go fight Titan with all the build-up they're giving him, would you even be hungry? And would you want to eat such a rich meal before going in? The Flying Shark. I could read that. Tasting the exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief, transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehend its fleeting nature, and cry out to the heavens in celebration. Wow. When you face the Lord of Crags, think not of Limsa Lominsa, Eorzea, or anything beyond his chamber. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them, and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory was ever achieved alone. I don't know. I think I'm going to achieve a great victory alone in a couple minutes here. Come on. Oh, wait. Targeting the wrong person. Goodly Uplander must be facing mighty Rockman with clever fighty think. Gobby Flock cannot be coming to rescue this time. Sure. Ah, Darius, you brave fool. Promise me that when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him Landonell sends his regards. It's a shame primals don't remember things between subsequent summonings. You are blessed with the fortitude to rival the Earth himself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. You are a veteran of countless battles, Darius. This is but one more. Trust in your experience and you will prevail. Alright. Let's get this over with. You are kind to indulge them, Darius. This banquet is as much for the company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for celebration. Though they have all but pronounced you the victor, the battle with Titan has yet to begin. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. Sure thing. You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, we will show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Lenosia. There you will meet with Riol, another man who once served the company. Oh, it's my boy, Riol! To ensure that this knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands, he will remain in hiding until you have given the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at 3 locations I mark. Only then will he appear. to meet you at this 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that it is more than reasonable once you comprehend the risks inherent in our method. Don't know if I can do it. Can I handle it? You know, once upon a time, if you were the last person alive and you got jailed, it would just end the fight. Now it does damage. It causes a damage down, I think. Before it would just, like, end the fight immediately. Fade to black. What does that say? Something wine. Sanatorium. Warm wine sanatorium. I can read Eorzean font. It's mostly the same with the exception of a few letters. Alright. Is it Warm Wine Sanatorium? Does it say? It doesn't say. Hooray! I know the alphabet. Somebody tell Kim. I know the alphabet. There he is. It's my boy Riol. This guy here, solid dude, top to bottom. Always. Greetings, mate. Might you be the one the captain said would come calling? Aye, I thought so. Pay attention now, because I ain't explaining myself twice. Oh boy. Years ago, when we was weighing up how to get to Titan, one of our scouts stumbled across this beastman aetheryte, see? Eh? What's that look for? Not familiar with him? He speaks of an unamplified aetheryte which has been claimed by a beast tribe. Lest you wonder, there is no fundamental difference between such aetherytes and those which you've used on countless occasions, Darius. Ah, well, if it ain't the Charlene lass, welcome back. Forgive me for interrupting. I had planned to await your report, but I succumbed to curiosity. The tunnels beneath Ogomoro form a bewildering labyrinth that no outsider has ever fully explored. How the company of heroes managed to navigate it is a mystery I have long pondered. Give us a bit of credit, love. We weren't daft enough to try going in the front. Kobolds are always digging new tunnels and filling the old ones with traps. One wrong step and the next thing you know, you got 100 tons of rock on your noggin. Suicide to even try, see? Funny thing was, the kobolds didn't think to have no trouble finding their way around. And it was that as got us thinking. I mean, Ugamaro mines might be a bleeding city, ain't they? And getting around a city that big would be a right pain in the arse if you didn't have an Aethernet, wouldn't it? So it stood to reason that the kobolds must have one, didn't it? Ah, itchy nose. Even if there were aetheryte shards in the depths of Ogomoro, you would have needed to attune yourselves to them before you could identify their signatures within the life stream. Ah, well, that's where you're wrong, love. We had this Charlene bloke to help us, see. Delivered us straight into Titan's bedchamber, he did. I don't really know how he did it, but I do remember him saying it weren't nothing any Charlene scholar worth her salt couldn't manage. I do believe this was one Archon Louisoix. Did he now? Locating a beacon in the absence of a known signature might be possible if the aetherytes in question happen to be... Ah, yes. But in order to guide a traveler to said beacon safely, a second party would be required to... It is possible, in theory at least, yet I cannot be certain until I try. Plainly, all will depend upon whether or not I am worth my salt. Oh, you are, lass. Don't you worry about that. Have a bit of faith in yourself. Why don't we all go to Zelma's Run and take a closer look at the aetheryte? It ain't far, though there's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way. Now you can't handle mind. Kobolds! I should hope you guys recognize Riol. He was in the last MSQ segment. If you go into the Waking Sands or the Rising Stones, he is there. Right now! Briol is a solid dude, like front to back. Let me just put my hands all over this aetherite. Just touch it a bunch. Like I'm trying to flatten out some wallpaper. So this is the aetherite the Company of Heroes used to gain access to Titan's Sanctuary. It is as Papalimo speculated. In its present state, the aetherite signal will not be strong enough for our purposes. I may, however, be able to use my own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for the duration. It seems you'll have to proceed without me, Darius. I must needs remain here and supplement this beacon's power, lest you be denied your only path of escape. Well, shucks. Fear not, I will summon the Maelstrom forces stationed nearby to protect us. With effort, it is possible that I may be able to stabilize the aetherite signal and thereby join you, albeit belatedly. Until such time as I do, you will be on your own. Well, don't worry about it. Now, let us see if I am worth my salt. I have located another beacon, one far below the mountain. I can only speculate as to what you will find there, so do not stint in your preparation. Here we go! It's the last thing we'll be doing tonight. The battle against Titan. Titan! Alright. And what a battle it'll be, for real. Here we go. Oh, look at him in pieces. Look, an overdweller. Yes, an invader from above. He uses our aetherites against us. He has defiled Titan's sacred sanctuary. Trespassed, violated, defiled. Overdwellers must leave. Overdwellers must fly. Brothers and sisters, fear him not. His fate shall be decided by the Lord of Crags. Hear me, Overdweller. You and your treacherous brethren must be held to account for the breaking of the covenant. You should be the first to face judgment, then Limsa and her oathbreakers, liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. O great Father, Lord of the Crags, Titan, we summon you! Titan, we summon you! O great Father, Lord of the Crags, Titan, we summon you! Titan, we summon you! This guy with his extremely deep voice in future cutscenes. The Second Order Patriarch. Ah, jeez. He has come, the Lord of Crags, Titan has come. Just a sec.
Overdweller, art thou deaf to their weeping? Thy vile kind coveteth ever the blessing of the land and murdereth my children by the score, all in service to greed. Such sins are beyond pardon. Ah, but I am not the first to suffer thy defiance. Thou didst bring Ifrit low. Godless Overdweller, thy myriad heresies shall not go unpunished. Upon thee shall I wreak a terrible vengeance. It's peanut butter jelly time.
Alright. I'm gonna get him. Should I get him with auto attacks, as is tradition? Yeah, I think I will. Auto attacks. Auto attacks. Oh, he got away. Take that. Oh no, landslide. I don't know if you guys noticed, but when the first thing falls away, there's like a lip underneath that protects people. So if they mess up, the first one, they get like a do-over. I think. I'm pretty sure. Oh. I bet you probably could. Just kill him with a single inner chaos. Like before he even gets a chance to phase change. We're gonna try it after this. I've decided I'm gonna queue again and see if I can one-shot him. Just for funsies. The Lord of Crag's great father Titan has fallen. Better run. The Lord of Crag has fallen. Hooray! Another crystal. That makes what? 5? 4. 5? I think that's 4. Yeah, that's 4. Damn. Would have been cool if it was 5. Just saying. Will I ever collect them all? Another Chaos Emerald, it's true. You mean the Chaos Emeralds? The crimes of the Overdwellers shall never be forgiven, never be forgotten. No, no, never. 'Twas your kin who broke the covenant. We have acted only in defense of our lands. Cease your aggression, or never will there be peace. Until our dying breaths we shall defy you. Deny, decry, defy! Away they go. Oh. Now these are the readings one would expect of an icon. I have seen enough. We shall proceed as planned. Are you sure that's wise, my lord? Your curiosity is untested and unproven. We do not yet know its true capabilities. Then trust in mine, Ritartin. My curiosity, as you so eloquently put it, would have bested Titan in the blink of an eye. Why, if there be truth to the legends, it could readily subjugate the whole of Eorzea given but a little while longer. Is that not so? It is. No greater single power has ever been conceived, much less realized. Ahem. What you say may well be true, but while such devices may win battles, I do not believe they will serve to change the course of this war. Oh, but they will. Have a little faith, my friend. Hey, can I, get a 10-piece chicken nugget meal with, Coke? I cannot endorse this course of action. Oh well, can't win them all. Fool. And now he has a fourth. Fascinating. Carry on, Crystal Bearer. Far though you have come, your work is far from done. Oh no. She saw him with her eyes. Her special eyes. Not yet. The BTS meal? No! And naught remained to mark his passing. Well, the Asians are nothing if not elusive. It is of little wonder that they should cast advanced teleportation magics at will. But that they would choose to consort with the Empire. What common goal could they possibly share? And then she left without saying a word to us. Oh, no, never mind. She just came over here. Feared I might arrive too late, but I see you had the matter well in hand. I have taken measures to ensure that we are not pursued, yet I cannot say how long they will hold. Take your leave while the kobolds are in disarray. I will follow anon. There is something I must investigate before I depart. I will teleport you to the Aetherite in Zelma's Run, and we will rendezvous at Camp Bronze Lake. Agreed? Sure. Yeah, you gotta get that BTS meal bag. With that, like, Cajun sauce that is apparently just a very spicy mustard. And a chili sauce, I think. I can't imagine they successfully sold any of those bags for $250. Like a McDonald's bag? Could there be a more common thing? Oh my god. 5 out of 6 sold? Made over $1,000 on friggin' McDonald's bags. Beef soft tacos. Alright. I am relieved to see you well, but come, let us discuss our next step. Oh, she's gone! She phased out of existence. My god. Oh. Alright, guys. We did it. We've defeated Titan. And now to see if I can defeat Titan in one singular strike. And then we'll end the stream here, regardless of what happens. Enough! We've seen it. We gotta do this just right. So first we initiate combat, and then we do this, and this. Into space with him. Just send him rocketing out of the mountain and into orbit. Well, that's that mystery put to bed. Alright, guys. That's another one down. We're gonna be going in tomorrow. Same time, 4 o'clock Eastern. With what I'm hoping will be Garuda. Although I think that's maybe an ambitious estimate of where we'll get. I think we'll probably at least try to do Stone Vigil. Well, if we do Stone Vigil, then we can do Garuda. I don't remember how much is left. I think there's a fair bit to go. The Naval is what, level 32? And Stone Vigil's level 44. I'm not sure how far I'd have to go, but we're gonna do our best. Yeah! Nothing's gonna happen at the Waking Sands. What are you talking about? Nothing bad is happening. No. Everything is fine. Alright, guys. That'll be it for the stream today. Once again, thank you all for coming out. It was a blast. It went by really fast today. Like, really fast. So, I'll see you next time. See you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. Same old time, and then we'll be heading into next week as well with more. I'll be taking 2 days to play more Realm Reborn, and I think the Friday I'll be playing Guilty Gear Strive, since that'll be coming out. Gotta enjoy some of that. That's right, same bat time, same bat channel. And as always, thank you for coming out. I'll see you next week. Or, I'll see you next week, but I'll also see you tomorrow. It's not Friday yet. It's not Friday. Why would I be trying to make it Friday? Jeez, man. What's the matter with you? All right. See you next time, everybody.